business, leadership, business strategies, and he has trained Fortune 500 companies, and he also, some of you might know, has Sunday school every week where he also offers the best pieces of advice when it comes to leadership, business strategy, and so forth. And I thought I would seize the opportunity to sit down with him and pick his brain, especially on the traits and the trials of leadership. So please welcome up my guest, Peter JAKOBSSON. So true, so true. So welcome, Peter.
Thank you.
You were also a participant at the first online event of Crowd1 a few months ago. What's sort of your expectation of this one?
Well, this one is recognition. We will honor the people who, are doing a great job out there. And hustling and building and helping people. So the recognition is the biggest thing of everything, I think.
And I mean, you have such a vast amount of knowledge when it comes to leadership and also business strategy and so forth. So if we start with leadership, what are the key components really for the role of a leader today?
Well, leadership is a lot of things. But I think it starts with you got to build a character, And I had a mentor. He taught me, what is character? Character is when you're the same person when someone sees you and when someone don't see you. You're the same person always. And how do you build character? You do that by discipline. And what is discipline? Well, you don't feel like it, you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. So it's kind of conquer yourself. And leadership is about, I think, not building a lot of followers, but building new leaders.
And I was also thinking, because there are a lot of people, I think also Johan and Jonas mentioned it, the importance of a role of a mentor. And maybe for the viewers around the world, I mean, how do you actually go about either contacting or acquiring a mentor? Because maybe it's not easy for everyone. What would you recommend on that?
No, in this industry, you find people who have dreams, who want to do something more, and if you want to change your life, you got to change. And that's where leadership comes in naturally in this industry, because people have dreams, they turn into goals, and they work towards these goals, and they have to become a kind of leader. Otherwise you won't survive. And leadership is a lot about doing, I mean, while you're becoming a leader, and you change, you will attract other people because they see the change in you. And leadership is about change, because if you don't change, nothing changes.
And then giving it back to mentorship, would you recommend that even if it's someone that someone might find is on a higher level, to really reach out anyway? Was that what you did in your early career?
No, I actually did it the same way, the way I explained right now. I was hungry. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I just needed a change. And this kind of opportunity just, jumped in my lap, and I said, "Wow, I want to do this." I was a little bit prepared because I had worked with a guy, my mentor, for a couple of years. He was mentoring me. And, when you're prepared, an opportunity comes, it's easier to grab it,
True. And I'm also thinking, when it comes to building businesses and scaling, what kind of insights or recommendations do you have here? Because especially Crowd1, where, there's such an exponential growth as well, and a lot of new members coming on. What's the strategy they should be thinking of to really scale their business?
Well, we have a system which is easy to follow. We have webinars and educational. You just mentioned the Sunday school, which the name came up just for a funny thing, Sunday school. But it's part of the system, and where people can plug in. And you don't get paid on the sales you almost made. You know, you get paid on the sales you close, and to close a deal, to be a leader, you got to be out there. You got to do stuff. You got to be a doer, and leadership gives other people hope because they watch you and say, "Wow, he can do it. She can do it. So can I." And that's the beauty with this business, that we give people hope. You know, leadership give people a purpose. You know, a purpose with life. And since 30 years back, my dream has been to build leadership, of course, but reach out to communities where, you know, the regular people that we have in our business right now, and try to help them change their mindset, because it's all in your mind, the power of your mind.
And speaking of finding your passion and your why, what's your definition of success? What is success for you?
Success is being better than you were yesterday. You know, and don't compare yourself to someone else. Compare yourself to you. And if you're a little bit better today than you were yesterday, you're a success. If you're moving forward, you're a success. And success is so individual, because some people succeed in sports, and you know, some people do it in business, and some people have a great family. They succeeded to be a leader in their family, because leadership is needed everywhere, you know, in society. And I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about leadership. So if you're going to be a leader, you got to have empiric knowledge, which means you've done it. If you've done it, you can tell someone else, because you can't give away what you don't have yourself.
And looking a bit, you know, at the times we're living in now, times of uncertainty, times of crisis for an you know, out of office society and so forth. What strategies would you recommend in times of crisis as an individual and a leader? What are the strategies? Because it can also sometimes be difficult, of course, with uncertainty. What mindset should one have?
Yeah, I think first of all, you got to see a crisis as an opportunity, because that's what it means. The word crisis means something new, a new door that opens. Even Japanese sign for crisis is the same, crisis and opportunity. So it's all in your mind. If you walking around think crisis is something negative, of course, it's going to turn out negative. So you got to turn it around. And it doesn't matter if you look back in, you know, the Great Depression. People made money in the Great Depression, but it's all about what you think and you put your mind to. But this is an opportunity. I mean, this is just a thing that is right now. Even though it won't change back to where we were, doesn't matter. You can still follow the same principles and do great job out there and building your business. There's no such thing as backwards.
So looking forward then, let's say, like I asked the previous speakers, having a 2-year vision. What do you see in a 2-year vision for Crowd1?
Wow, I think this is unstoppable. This train we're on right now is unstoppable, because we have such an amazing idea, concept, and we fit right in with the new technology. You know, a year ago when I spoke to Jonas and I understood the concept behind it, I said, if we put some good old-fashioned personal development and we go like this, we will have a success, and here we are.
And here we are. I mentioned in my intro that you've also, you know, you've trained Fortune 500 companies, and with your experience with leaders and CEOs of companies, of institutions or startups and so forth, is there any sort of common trait of all of these leaders? Some say, you know, all leaders read books. I don't know, but is there any common trait that is sort of that motor or motivator?
Not really. I don't believe in, you're not born a leader. Maybe you are born with, you know, some talents, or because leadership is about becoming. You are becoming more than you were yesterday, and if you have a common thread, I would say there's no leadership without having big dreams and goals. You know, and you really dare to put them down and say, believe in this. But leadership is for everyone. You can lead in your school class, you can lead at your work situation, you can lead in your family.
And just as a last sort of summarized question, if you would give one piece of really hardcore good advice for all the viewers, what would that be?
Then I would say, believe in yourself and never, ever give up.
Thank you so much.